Teddy Rumpskin here, your Sega Genesis geek, and today I wanted to answer a question I actually get asked a lot, right? Probably the most common question that I'll get asked is, about how to get into Sega Genesis collecting, right? From a lot of people out there that, maybe want to get a Sega Genesis, maybe want to get started, but don't know how to do it. That's why I'm making this video about your Sega Genesis starter kit. Yeah, what you need to get started collecting Sega Genesis games. And you know that the Sega Genesis Mini is actually going to be coming out in September, right? But that's not really a starter kit. That is kind of the end, right? You get the fucking Sega Genesis Mini and then that's it. That's all you got. There's 42 games built in there. There you go. But, I really recommend that you pick up an actual Sega Genesis system, which you can find pretty easily fucking secondhand. I mean, you get this fucking Sega Genesis Model 1, or the Model 2, or even the Model 3. Pretty much get anything you can that plays Sega Genesis games. Or maybe even pick up a Sega Nomad, right? Yeah, which is a Sega Genesis on the go, right? The controller and the screen are built in there, and that's really all you need. You don't even need to plug that into a TV or get controllers for it. Sega Nomad is great, yeah. But, if you do want to buy your fucking system through like eBay or Amazon, and somebody's maybe selling it that it's just the system without the cords, that might be just fine, if it still works, because chances are you're going to have to buy new cords for it anyway, right? An original fucking Sega Genesis system often will have like the fucking like coax cables, right? Yeah, coax cables that probably won't even fit into fucking modern TVs. So you may be forced to buy a new fucking, video audio cables for your Sega Genesis, which they do have, and they're pretty cheap, yeah. And you may have to buy a new fucking power cord anyway, which you also couldn't fucking buy a new one, right? Made for Sega Genesis. Yeah, and those things are pretty cheap too. I mean, even if you bought like a fucking, a real fucking Sega Genesis in the box, like I had the fucking Sega Genesis Model 1, that thing only came with one controller. Yeah, only one controller, and it was a 3-button controller. I recommend that you guys pick up a 6-button controller. Yeah, because there's a lot of games for the Sega Genesis that need 6 buttons to play them properly, including Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and other shit like that. And mostly the fighting games and other games really need 6 buttons in order to play them properly. So, yeah, you're going to want to get a 6-button controller. Well, actually, you're going to want to get 2, so you can play fighting games with your friends, right? Yeah, so once you have a fucking Sega Genesis, then you can play fucking Sega Genesis games. You're good to go, right? But really, what games should you get first for the fucking system? Well, I mean, it kind of depends on what kind of games you like. Do you like fucking role-playing games? You like action games? Racing games? What? Right? Well, it doesn't matter what kind of fucking games you like. The first fucking game you should get is actually the Sega 6-pack. Yeah! The Sega 6-pack is actually a cartridge that has 6 Sega Genesis games on there. And really, they're all classics on there. You got Sonic the Hedgehog, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, Revenge of Shinobi, Super Hang-On, and Columns on one fucking cartridge. And this is really a great fucking game, and it's pretty affordable. You can usually find it for under $5, right? If you just want the cartridge. If you want to get it in the box, which I don't know why you want to do that. You don't really need to do that. Just get the fucking cartridge. In fact, I have several copies of Sega 6-pack. Yeah. And really, these games on the fucking cartridge are the only versions of games you need, right? The Sega 6-pack is the only copy of Golden Axe I actually own. It's also the only copy of Revenge of Shinobi I actually own. All the fucking cheat codes work on the Sega 6-pack. And there you go. You're well on your way to fucking, get more Sega Genesis games. After playing Streets of Rage, you may want to get Streets of Rage 2, right? Which is way better than the first fucking game. You don't want to get that. And after playing Revenge of Shinobi, you may want to get Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master. Yeah, right? And of course, after playing Sonic the Hedgehog, you're going to want to get Sonic the Hedgehog 2. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I just want to get you started on collecting Sega Genesis games. You know what I'm saying? You know, where you go from there is up to you. Because, well, Sega Genesis has a ton of awesome fucking games. And if you want to know what fucking games those you should get, I gotta recommend another of my fucking videos, which is the top 20 Sega Genesis games. Yeah, which actually, I go beyond that. I do a top 30, right? Because really, when it comes to talking about great Sega Genesis games, it's hard to fucking stop, you know? It just gets listed off more and more awesome games, you know? In fact, I also recommend my video where there's like 50 games that you can find for under 10 bucks, right? Yeah, because Sega Genesis games are pretty cheap, pretty easy to find, and yeah, it's a pretty good fucking system to collect for, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's my favorite video game system of all time. And what? But yeah. Anyway, that's about it. That should get you started on collecting Sega Genesis games. So, until fucking next time, keep it fucking real.
Harry Anderson, an avid video game player, has also tried Sega's Genesis.
You have a background moving one direction, you have a character moving another direction, you have projectiles or objects or the ball in the baseball game moving yet another direction, and the illusion from a magical point of view is remarkable.
Sales of video games show no sign of slowing down as the industry heads into the 90s. And the future?
It's really as far as the imagination can take you. There are a lot of engineers working on pretty exciting products right now.
Well, based on everything that Sega's doing to launch the game and the anticipation from the kids, we think that Sonic 3 should be one of the biggest games, perhaps of all time, on video game platforms. Some of the highlights of Sonic 3 are the new two-player mode. There are several different options for playing with two players, which is one of the most endearing things about playing video games. You can play by yourself, you can play with a friend, you can compete against each other, and it's basically a separate game. The other thing, as I said about the memory size of the cartridge, is that this is a very large game. The play fields in each of the levels are extremely huge.